Ladies and gentlemen, too many people wake up every morning, roll out of bed, and let life push them around. They react. They wait for opportunities instead of creating them. They blame the economy, their circumstances, or their past. But here's the truth. If you don't design your future, someone else will. And you may not like what they have planned for you. You see, success isn't a matter of luck. It's not reserved for a special few. It's a choice, a decision to take control of your life instead of drifting through it. The great news: you don't need to be the smartest, the strongest, or the luckiest. You just need a plan, a purpose, and the discipline to follow through. So today, let's talk about how you can take charge, break free from the autopilot mode, and build the life you truly want. Taking full responsibility for your life is the single most powerful decision you can make. It means recognizing that where you are today is not the result of luck, fate, or circumstances beyond your control. It is the sum of every choice you've made up to this point. Many people spend their lives blaming external factors for their situation. They blame the economy, their upbringing, their boss, their spouse, or even society. But here's the truth. As long as you blame something or someone else, you give away your power to change. The moment you take full ownership, you take back control of your future. It's easy to fall into the trap of excuses. I wasn't given the right opportunities. I didn't grow up in the right environment. I don't have the right connections. But there are countless stories of people who started with less and achieved extraordinary success. The difference? They didn't focus on what they lacked. They focused on what they could do with what they had. Life is not about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to it. Every setback is a lesson. Every failure is a teacher. And every challenge is an opportunity to grow. When you take full responsibility, you eliminate the victim mindset. You stop waiting for someone to come and fix your life, and you start taking action. If you don't like your job, you take the steps to build new skills and find a better one. If your health is suffering, you commit to changing your habits. If your relationships aren't fulfilling, you work on improving yourself instead of expecting others to change. The moment you stop expecting the world to hand you success and start working for it, everything shifts. Taking responsibility also means accepting that life will not always be fair. There will be obstacles, unexpected challenges, and moments of failure, but responsibility means understanding that while you may not control everything that happens, you always control how you respond. You can choose to let difficulties define you, or you can choose to rise above them. The most successful people in the world didn't have an easy road. They had hardships, but they didn't use them as an excuse. They used them as fuel to push harder, learn more, and grow stronger. This mindset applies to every area of life. Your finances, your relationships, your career, your personal growth. If you're not happy with where you are, the solution isn't to complain or wait for circumstances to change. The solution is to take action. Read the books, learn the skills, put in the effort, and do what it takes to change your situation. When you embrace full responsibility, you stop wishing for a better life and start creating one. You no longer hope for success, you expect it because you are willing to do the work. This is what separates those who succeed from those who remain stuck. The ones who take control, take action, and take responsibility are the ones who ultimately win. Clarity is power. One of the biggest reasons people don't achieve their goals is that they don't even know what they truly want. They drift through life, reacting to circumstances, chasing vague desires, or settling for whatever comes their way, but without a clear destination, how can you ever expect to arrive? Success doesn't happen by accident, it happens by design. And design begins with defining exactly what you want. Many people say they want success, but when you ask them what that looks like, they struggle to answer. Do you want financial freedom? What does that mean for you? A specific income, a certain lifestyle? Do you want better relationships? What kind of relationships? With whom? What kind of person do you want to become? These are not vague questions. They require specific answers. Because when you define exactly what you want, your mind starts working for you, seeking solutions and opportunities that align with your vision. Clarity gives direction. Imagine getting into a car with no destination. You might drive around for hours, but you won't end up anywhere meaningful. That's how many people live. Moving, working, and staying busy, but never making real progress because they haven't set a clear course. When you define your future with precision, you create a roadmap. Instead of feeling lost or overwhelmed, you know exactly what actions to take. Decisions become easier because you measure every choice against your ultimate vision. If something doesn't align with your goal, you simply don't pursue it. Getting crystal clear on what you want also builds motivation. Vague goals create vague effort. If your goal is simply to make more money, then earning an extra dollar technically fulfills that goal, but it won't change your life. However, if your goal is to earn a specific income, invest in certain opportunities, or achieve a precise financial target, then your focus sharpens. The clearer your vision, the stronger your drive. Instead of being pulled in different directions, you become laser focused. When challenges arise, your vision keeps you pushing forward because you have a compelling reason to stay on track. Clarity also fuels belief. When you define exactly what you want, your goals stop feeling like dreams and start feeling achievable. You see the steps necessary to get there, and that builds confidence. The mind loves specificity. When you tell yourself, I will build a successful business that generates $10,000 a month, your brain starts searching for ways to make it happen. But if you just say, I want to be successful, there's nothing for your brain to focus on. The clearer the goal, the easier it is to believe in it. And belief is what drives consistent action. Most people never take the time to sit down and define their ideal future. They spend more time planning a vacation than they do designing their life. But if you want to create a future that excites you, you must be intentional. Take the time, write it down, be specific. Because once you know exactly what you want, life stops happening to you, you start making life happen. Success is not about what you do occasionally, it's about what you do consistently. Your habits shape your future more than anything else. They determine your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your mindset. If you want to change your life, the first thing you must do is change your habits. You don't need a drastic overnight transformation. You simply need to build small daily disciplines that compound over time. Every action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming, and every habit you develop is either moving you closer to your goals or pulling you further away. Most people underestimate the power of small habits. They think success comes from big, dramatic actions, but in reality, it's the little things done consistently that make the biggest difference. Reading 10 pages a day may not seem like much, but over a year, that's 3,650 pages. Dozens of books that could transform your thinking. Exercising for 30 minutes may not show immediate results, but over time, it can completely change your energy and health. Saving a small percentage of your income may not make you wealthy overnight, but done consistently, it can create financial freedom. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Your habits are either working for you or against you. You either have habits that make you more productive, more focused, and more disciplined, or you have habits that waste time, drain energy, and create stress. The difference between those who achieve success and those who struggle is not intelligence or talent, it's the habits they commit to daily. Successful people don't wait for motivation to act. They create systems and routines that keep them on track no matter how they feel. They don't leave their success to chance. They build habits that guarantee it. One of the best ways to develop the right habits is to start with identity. Instead of focusing only on the outcome, focus on the type of person you want to become. If you want to be healthy, don't just aim to lose weight. Become the kind of person who values health and movement. If you want to be financially successful, don't just aim to make more money. Become the kind of person who manages money wisely. When you shift your identity, your habits naturally follow. Every time you take action, you reinforce that identity. A person who reads every day becomes a lifelong learner. A person who exercises daily becomes an athlete. A person who invests regularly becomes financially independent. Breaking bad habits is just as important as building good ones. It's easy to let distractions, procrastination, and negative routines take over, but awareness is the first step. Identify the habits that are holding you back and replace them with better ones. Instead of scrolling through social media mindlessly, use that time to learn something valuable. Instead of hitting snooze every morning, wake up with purpose and start the day with intention. Small shifts create massive results over time. The secret to success is not found in one big moment. It's found in the simple habits you commit to every single day. Your environment has a powerful influence on your success. Whether you realize it or not, the people you surround yourself with, the spaces you live and work in, and the information you consume all shape your mindset, habits, and ultimately your future. If you want to change your life, one of the most effective steps you can take is to upgrade your environment. When you put yourself in the right surroundings, success becomes natural. When you stay in a negative or limiting environment, progress becomes difficult. The key is to make sure your environment is working for you, not against you. One of the biggest factors in your environment is the people around you. Whether you like it or not, you absorb the attitudes, habits, and mindsets of those you spend the most time with. If you're constantly around people who complain, make excuses, and settle for mediocrity, it's only a matter of time before you start doing the same. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with ambitious, disciplined, and growth-minded individuals, you will naturally rise to their level. Success leaves clues, and when you spend time with people who are ahead of you, you start to think, act, and make decisions like them. This doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life entirely, but you must be intentional about who has the most influence over you. Seek out mentors, join communities of like-minded individuals, and spend more time with people who inspire you to grow. Your physical environment also plays a significant role in your productivity and mindset. A cluttered, chaotic space leads to a cluttered, chaotic mind. If you want to be more focused and productive, create an environment that supports those goals. Organize your workspace, eliminate distractions, and design a space that energizes you. The same applies to your home. If you want to develop better habits, structure your environment to make those habits easy. If you want to read more, keep books within reach. If you want to eat healthier, remove junk food from your kitchen. Small changes in your surroundings can make a big difference in your behavior. Another critical aspect of your environment is the information you consume. Your thoughts are shaped by what you read, watch, and listen to. If you constantly expose yourself to negative news, gossip, or meaningless entertainment, it's going to affect your mindset. But if you fill your mind with uplifting, educational, and motivational content, you will start to think at a higher level. Be mindful of what you allow into your mind, because your thoughts eventually become your reality. Choose to feed your mind with books, podcasts, and conversations that challenge and inspire you. Your environment should be a reflection of the future you want to create, not the past you are trying to escape. If you want to grow, surround yourself with growth. If you want to succeed, place yourself in an environment that encourages success. When you upgrade your environment, you upgrade your life, because the world around you has a direct impact on the world within you. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. It determines how you see the world, how you respond to challenges, and ultimately, how successful you become. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your results. If you want to change your life, you must first change the way you think. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the most talented, the most educated, or the luckiest. They're simply the ones who have mastered their mindset. They have trained themselves to think in a way that supports growth, resilience, and success, no matter what obstacles come their way. One of the most important aspects of mastering your mindset is shifting from a victim mentality to an ownership mentality. Many people go through life believing that things just happen to them, that their circumstances define their potential, and that they have little control over their future. This kind of thinking keeps them stuck. The truth is, life does not happen to you, it happens for you. Every challenge, setback, or failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. When you take full ownership of your thoughts and actions, you take back control of your future. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, you start asking, what can I learn from this? Instead of saying, I can't do this, you begin asking, how can I make this work? A small shift in thinking makes a massive difference in results. Another key element of mastering your mindset is training yourself to focus on solutions rather than problems. Most people spend their energy dwelling on what's wrong, what's missing, or what's not working. This only reinforces negativity and keeps them stuck. Successful people, on the other hand, train their minds to look for possibilities, opportunities, and solutions. When faced with a challenge, they don't waste time complaining. They immediately shift into problem-solving mode. They ask, what are my options? What resources do I have? Who can help me with this? By focusing on solutions, they keep moving forward instead of getting stuck in frustration. Your beliefs also play a critical role in your mindset. What you believe about yourself, your abilities, and the world around you determines what you will achieve. If you believe success is only for a select few, you will never fully commit to going after your goals. But if you believe that success is possible for anyone willing to do the work, you will take action with confidence. The mind will always find evidence to support what you believe, so it's crucial to adopt empowering beliefs. If you want to build confidence, start by speaking positively to yourself. Replace limiting thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," with, "I am capable and improving every day." Change, "I don't have what it takes," to, "I can figure this out." Over time, these beliefs become ingrained, and your actions will naturally align with them. Mastering your mindset is not about avoiding challenges. It's about developing the mental strength to overcome them. It's about training your mind to see possibilities instead of limitations, to take ownership instead of making excuses, and to stay focused on solutions instead of problems. When you control your thoughts, you control your life. Your mindset is either your greatest asset or your biggest obstacle. The choice is yours. Success is not a matter of luck or talent. It is the result of taking massive, consistent action. Many people have big dreams and great ideas, but few are willing to put in the work required to turn those dreams into reality. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence, background, or resources. It's action. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, even the best plans remain nothing more than wishes. If you want to create real results in your life, you must commit to taking bold, decisive, and continuous action. Most people wait for the perfect moment to start. They tell themselves they'll begin when they have more time, more money, more confidence, or when the circumstances are just right. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. Waiting only leads to procrastination, and procrastination leads to regret. The most successful people in the world don't wait for conditions to be ideal. They start where they are, with what they have, and they figure things out along the way. They understand that action creates momentum, and momentum leads to progress. The first step is always the hardest, but once you take it, the next step becomes easier, and soon you build unstoppable momentum. Massive action means doing more than what is comfortable. It means stepping outside your comfort zone, pushing past resistance, and doing whatever it takes to move forward. If you only take small, occasional steps toward your goals, you will see slow or little progress. But when you commit to taking massive action, working longer, learning more, improving faster, and staying persistent, results start to multiply. Success responds to effort. The harder you push, the closer you get to your goal. The problem is most people give up too soon. They take a few steps, face resistance, and then stop. But those who achieve greatness are the ones who keep moving, even when it's difficult. They take massive action consistently, not just when they feel motivated. Consistency is just as important as intensity. Taking action once in a while won't get you very far. Working hard for a few days and then slacking off won't create lasting success. The key is to stay committed every single day, even when progress seems slow. Success is built one step at a time, and each action you take compounds over time. Whether it's in business, health, relationships, or personal development, small daily actions lead to massive long-term results. The most successful people understand that repetition creates mastery. They don't just act when they feel like it, they act because they've made it a habit. Taking massive, consistent action requires discipline and focus. It means setting clear goals, making a plan, and executing that plan every day, no matter what. It means refusing to make excuses and staying committed even when obstacles arise. Most people dream, but few take action. The ones who do are the ones who achieve extraordinary results. If you want to change your life, stop waiting, stop hesitating, and start moving forward with relentless action. Commitment is the glue that holds everything together. It's the difference between those who achieve their goals and those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. Anyone can start something with excitement and motivation, but few have the discipline to stay the course when things get tough. Success requires more than just effort. It requires unwavering commitment. The road to any worthwhile goal is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and challenges, and only those who refuse to quit will ever reach the finish line. If you want to design your future, you must develop the mindset that no matter what happens, you will not stop until you succeed. The biggest mistake people make is believing that success should come easily. They start with enthusiasm, but the moment they face adversity, They begin to doubt themselves. They question whether they have what it takes, whether the goal is worth it, or whether they should just settle for less. But setbacks are not signs to quit, they are tests of commitment. Every successful person has faced failures, disappointments, and hardships, but they kept going when others stopped. They understood that temporary struggles are part of the journey, and that true commitment means pushing forward even when progress seems slow. Commitment is not about feeling motivated every day. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. What separates winners from quitters is that winners take action regardless of how they feel. They show up when they're tired. They keep going when they're discouraged. They put in the work even when they don't see immediate results, because they know that consistency is what leads to success, and quitting is never an option. If you only work toward your goals when you feel inspired, you will never achieve anything significant. True commitment means doing what needs to be done no matter what. Staying committed also requires having a strong reason why. If your goals don't truly matter to you, it will be easy to give up when things get tough. But when you have a clear and powerful reason behind your actions, you will find the strength to keep going. Your why should be bigger than your excuses. It should be strong enough to pull you through the hard times. If your goal is to build a better life for your family, improve your health, or achieve financial freedom, remind yourself daily why it matters. When you focus on the bigger picture, short-term struggles won't break your commitment. Another key to staying committed is eliminating the option of quitting. Too many people give themselves an escape route. They tell themselves they'll try instead of deciding they will succeed no matter what. But the moment you allow quitting to be an option, you weaken your commitment. Instead, adopt the mindset that there is no turning back. Burn the bridges behind you and make a firm decision that you will do whatever it takes to reach your goal. Obstacles will come, difficulties will arise, but if you stay committed, truly committed, there is nothing that can stop you. Your future is not something that just happens. It's something you design. Every choice you make, every habit you build, every action you take is shaping the person you are becoming and the life you will live. The question is, are you actively creating the future you want, or are you letting life push you in whatever direction it chooses? You have the power to take control. You have the ability to decide what you want. Commit to it fully and take massive, consistent action until it becomes your reality. Will it be easy? No. Will there be challenges? Absolutely. But the rewards of taking charge of your life far outweigh the temporary discomfort of discipline and persistence. The road to success is not for the faint of heart, but it is available to anyone willing to walk it. Decide today that you will no longer leave your future to chance. Take responsibility, build the right habits, surround yourself with growth, and master your mindset. Push past your fears, stay committed, and refuse to settle for anything less than the life you are capable of living. Your future is waiting. The only question left is this: will you design it, or will you let life happen to you? The choice is yours.